how do you and Jake Paul go into the biggest war that ever exists on YouTube?
my role in this house, the guys who would fronted like the bulk of the money that we needed, because we're all bum kids who like, this guy needed like all the money up front for the whole year's lease, right? And I obviously didn't have that. So these kids who had the money fronted it, and the plan was for me, because I've always been a good like networker. I've always been good at like making friends and linking up and like kind of getting in there and figuring out like what's the move and who should we be next to and what should we be doing. So the plan was always to kind of create our own little content house. And
what would you call it if you could call it anything?
We called it the Cloud House.
Right.
It's so
bringing me back.
Oh
It's bringing me back.
Cloud
Gang.
Remember when I got this tattoo and you crossed out every letter except Logan?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
That's funny.
Who are the okay?
So RiceGum comes and visits, and I'm like, you can live here if you want. I went to Target. I got a little gift basket. I got a little light, R-shaped light, put it next to his bed, snacks and Ciroc, and set it all up for him. I'm like, RiceGum's coming. He's one of the biggest guys in the world. I had talked to him and been friends with him for years up to this point. But he comes and he has a good enough time to the point where he's like, fuck it, yeah, I'll move in. So he moves in. And then Wolfie moves in. The Nelk boys.
Well, that's
we're going a little
You're going too fast. So
Alissa Violet.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Don't just say that name.
Okay.
That will be introduced
So
properly.
all right. So this is how that happened. That was kind of the core. And Rice, to this day, I'll stand by this. Rice is one of the most brilliant social media internet minds I've ever got a chance and pleasure of speaking with and diving into. Obviously his persona online, the character that he plays is fucking, but when you're alone with Rice in a room and the door's shut and nobody else is around, this he's got
a brain.
it.
He's
got
a
it.
brain, 100%.
And I've met a few people like that. I've met a few people in my life where I can sit with them one-on-one and feel like I'm really gaining things from the conversation in the relationship, and like very like-minded, and just, it was perfect. It was, thank God I met this kid. So he was cracking. He was doing his own thing, shooting his own little videos. We started making videos together. They were doing really well. People liked seeing us together, and we just kind of built off that. And part of that story and process, I think Chantel Jeffries came over to the house one day to like shoot with Rice or something. And she's looking around the house and she's like, you guys have open rooms? She's like, my homegirl, Alissa, she's been crashing at my house and she needs a place to stay. She needs a place to live. And she had clout at the time. She was kind of cracking.
So let's stop you for a second, and now you come in. Now, where are you at this juncture? What is happening with you, Jake, and what has happened with Alissa up to that moment?
I was probably jerking off on Hollywood Boulevard, if you.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, yeah.
But
for,
like
for
where?
a vlog, obviously for content.
You guys were moving from Vine to YouTube. You guys, it was the
Correct.
big Vine invasion. That's where we were at in the timeline.
The idea with her was to start our own little content house and team of influencers that we would build using the platforms that we've built. Essentially leverage our success. Oh, hello.
You almost killed Logan.
Essentially leverage the success that we've built unto other creators to preserve the longevity of what we were building online. And this girl was working at Panera in Ohio, and she told Jake that she wanted to be a model, and Jake pounced on it, signed her, brought her out to LA. They had this whole relationship. It fell apart, and then I think she made her way then into your life, which then the girl, as happens I think a lot between young men, became a point of conflict.
I'm a little bit older than Jake and stuff too, so I understand where all that shit was coming from with him. But from my perspective, my point of view, I'd never heard of you guys or stumbled across your guys' shit ever. I didn't know what the fuck the deal was with this girl. When I met her, this is how I met her too. She comes over to collab with Rice. We talk about her maybe moving in, months go by, couple months, 2-3 months go by. And then she's blowing up Rice like, yo, I need your help. He's the diss track guy at the time. And Jake had just dropped It's Every Day Though, which is like multi-platinum, both songs.
Alissa came
It's
up
Every
with
Night,
that
sis.
idea to make that music video?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, Alissa, great find, by the way. I mean, I'm not going to go into it. But
we are.
It's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
Really, obviously, really beautiful girl.
Her?
I think Alyssa's sauce, like what made Alissa Violet so special was she's so relatable to girls. Like she's not afraid to crack humor and be like the goofy, like loud, fucking obnoxious chick. You know what I mean? She was never too cool for school. You know what I mean? She was like just a homie.
Yeah.
I have to say that I think if Alissa put half of the work ethic that Jake or Logan did, I think she'd be the biggest YouTube star in the world.
5%.
So in the
5%.
world, there's not one piece of content
5%.
she's ever put out that I was like, fuck that.
At her prime, that girl, and we did everything for her, right? Sit down on a couch and record a stupid little goofy skit with, you know, 2 or 3 of us, and it would fucking get 10 million views. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what she had.
She did have such a crazy effect on the
It
internet.
was
I remember seeing the
insane.
numbers,
It was
her engagement,
crazy.
everything. People loved her.
It was crazy.
And then I think she really cemented who she was with It's Every Night, Sis.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That song was crazy. Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.